Let's find out what's going to happen with them. Let's see. Let's see. Free agency, our damage is done with a bunch of younger players being signed. Tampa, fresh off a win in the Cup. We hope to get there sometime soon. You never know. As long as we keep Mitch Marner around, we might have a decent chance. Our coach style still locked? Yes. Yeah, that is very much a design choice that I don't think they're going to switch away from. Just that idea of you got to find a head coach that really fits what you're trying to do. I don't think they're going to switch off of that too soon. We do land Dustin Wolf on his qualifying offer. So this will be the last year here before he gets the big boy contract. We're going to have to make a decision if he's worth the money after the end of this. Barustowitz is still holding out as well. Doesn't look like that's going to change. No offer sheets for him. No offer sheets for him. Okay. Well, that brings us then to where we are now. RFAs. Barustowitz. 1-year deal worth $275. That works for me. He might be answering me a day too late for what I'm looking for, but that's okay. So what we're going to do here, we got to make sure that we're cap compliant, which we're not going to be anyway. I'm going to need a fucking cap whale. I might not be able to do in the preseason what I'm looking to do. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if we can make this work. So I do need to get rid of somebody off of the roster to get to the cap floor. It's probably going to be Jan Kuznetsov just because depth defenseman that's 25. I can send you guys to Vancouver. Can I get a 3rd round pick for you? No. Can I get a 4th round pick for you? Yes, I can. So I hate to see Jan Kuznetsov go, but somebody had to. And that leaves us the ability to go sign an old man to a bunch of money. That old man is going to be Robert Bortuzzo, the oldest man on the free agent list. And we are going to sign him to like $16 million bucks. Maybe even 15.2. All right, there we go. So now we should be okay as far as the cap floor is concerned. And if we are selective with the guys we want on this team for the off-season development, we should be able to do well here. Didn't we have another goalie? What happened to my 74 overall dude? What happened to my 74 overall medium backup goalie? What? I don't even remember the guy's name. It fucking yeeted him. Hello? To drop him for Wolf. It shouldn't have. Oh, son of a bitch. And it's still got the potential range. And ugh. All right. Overall. I need at least a 74 overall goalie. The guy won't be higher than like an 80 tops, depending on like crazy off-season development. $121 goalies, fucking A. Poirier. It was LaRose. Dawson LaRose. He's just kind of there. It doesn't show. Oh, God, that glitch is still in, huh? It just doesn't show him on the team. It doesn't show him as an available free agent to sign. I'm pretty sure he's just going to be in fucking purgatory then. That's annoying. Let me see if he is there after all. All this for a medium backup goalie? Is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? Yeah, no, he's in the nether. Okay, well, if it had to happen to somebody, I guess it's best that it happened to him. So in terms of, dude, Henry Muse is ready to go. Shit. Okay. Not worried about Yermo. He had an off-ice issue. Need to send down those 3. And $83 million in cap. Poirier, I mean, is a good depth defenseman. I can't waste this improvement on him. Can't waste it on Grishnikov either at 24. But Wong and even Henry Brustowitz could develop decently well from it. Send down Rasmus. Then again, I can't send down Rasmus because he has the no movement. So he has to stay. Dude, Trethway is already up to a medium 4 or a top 4 role. Jesus. Whew. Okay. Well, regardless, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to do something here. We're going to have to do something. We are going to have too many people for too few spots again. And I don't think that balancing act did us too many favors last year. Stewart's already a depth forward. Explain what the call-up thing is. This is new to the game. So it's not necessarily having to do with call-ups, but essentially every preseason you talk to your coach and you can tell them, hey, here's what we want to focus on in the preseason. And you can get attribute boosts depending on what type of style you pick. So what I'm trying to do is see if I can call up a few prospects to have them on the team when the boosts kick in and then send them back down. That's the game plan there. I just got to be careful because the game will auto-fix my roster if I'm under the salary cap, or if I have people in the AHL with no movement clauses, it's automatically going to bounce them back up because obviously they're not allowed to be in the AHL. So Sharon Gorovich Coronado at this point is 24, so whatever. We want to call up Stewart. Strassel, there's a lot of guys that we want to call up here. Hagens is obviously still young enough he could benefit from it. Honzik's 22. Kadri can obviously get sent down. Cairns is 25. Let's see. I think it had to have been the no movement clauses last year that screwed it up. Pelletier's 26. Zari's 25. Stromgren's 24, so these guys can be sent down. I'm going to have to be selective off of who has the best potentials because we're just not going to have enough space. Anderson has to stay. So Parekh, Trethway, Kessler, Muse, Wong, the other Brustowitz, and there wasn't any other defenseman. Unfortunately for Henry Brustowitz, he's a medium 6, so I can't prioritize him. Low elite, high 4. We know that Wong's a medium 4. Right wing side, Marner and Huberdeau have to be there. Stewart's a medium 6, but a really good one. Strassel, high 9. Medium 6, Gradine. Koivunen. Low elite for Dylan. Dylan is actually getting better. Let's see, Potter, medium 6, medium 6, medium 6. Medium 9 for Suniev, so he can go down. And then centers... Medium 6, medium 6, medium 6. Medium 9 for Hoskin. Okay, so Hoskin and the Grievas. I got to prioritize the medium 6s. So Ryland Burns. High 6 for Fitzhenry. Medium 9, high 9. We have 3 more spots. 3 more spots. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? So we got Dylan at a low elite. Koivunen's a medium 6. Bell's a medium 9. Taglia low 6. High 9 for Pedersen. Gradine's a medium 6. The Strassel's a high 9. Dude, the Grivas are like on the cusp of making the NHL too. Maybe we go with the Grivas for the memes. If this whole idea works. I don't even know if it will. That'd be really funny. Hoskin was a medium 9. These other guys were too old. So in terms of actual potentials, it would make sense to be Gradin, Koivunen, and then either Nestrassel at a high 9 or Dylan at a low elite. Or we take out the bottom 2, leave Gradin, and go with Grivas and maybe even Nestrassel. Probably makes more sense to go with Gradin as a medium 6. The Grivas, though. Dylan could really benefit from whatever boost we're about to get, that's for sure. The Grivas. I really want them to work out. I want the Calgary Sedins so badly. So I'm gonna meme it. Let's call up the Grivas. Okay, now again, I don't know if this idea will work. If it doesn't, then I'm just giving up on the whole concept. But it is worth testing it out. So let's see, Advanced Day. Brusewitz still rejected, so he's just being a dickhead. He is being a dickhead in terms of this contract extension. And he might get what he wants if he doesn't want to be here because we have options. We have options. He is constantly looking for more money, even though he's like, yeah, whatever, I'll stay. Apparently he just doesn't like the organization. What about $3 million for the year? Yeah, I bet you will get back to me. You're going to miss out on preseason development, idiot. So head coach Rick Farmer. Season goal. Apparently we're good enough to compete for the cup in his eyes. Preseason, again, we are going to do 5-on-5 for the 3-5 puck control, the 1-3 defensive awareness, the 1-2 offensive awareness, and either a -3 or a -2 to deking. But the awarenesses and the puck control are huge. That way, we don't take a loss to defensive awareness, offensive awareness, shot power. Goalie focused, of course, is also really good. I mean, this honestly, strength training isn't bad either. With the boost to strength, body checking, and aggression, that's also not too bad. But the boost to the awarenesses are just huge for an overall. So that is the game plan, as we will see if Brusewitz ends up signing. He's making us wait. Still rejected, dude. He's fucking pulling a power play here to get out of this. To get out of the city. What the hell, man? Freaking 22-year-old RFA with an ego. What about 3.5 for the year? I'm expecting a few other offers. Are you, buddy? Because it's been all goddamn summer and nobody signed you. Yeah, I bet. I hope to have a long and happy relationship. It's a fucking toxic one. It's a goddamn toxic one if that's the case. Missed out on your entire off-season development. I'm going to send you down, too, because right now you can't even get the preseason boost. So congratulations, selfish. Put a quarter in your ass. Done played yourself. All right, so we're hoping this whole preseason thing works. Aside from that, off to the coaching staff, but to be honest, we don't really have to do much. It auto-signed Swanson, but we can cut him. Bump up Brewer. Let me see if there's anybody else to sign here, even for the year. Redmond. AHL assistant coach Jaden Redmond. It's all started when his brother got here. All right, and then do we have just like 2 scrub goalie coaches to bring in? Just for the halibuts this season, because I can't imagine we're going to change from an A-plus coach. Even though the A-plus coach didn't do too much for us once we got into the playoffs last year, but we don't have to talk about that. Are there ones that boost skating? I don't think so. There was one that boosted acceleration, but the negatives were a bit rough. That's typically the trade-off. 3 in the dub, 2 in the O. We need another scout in the QMJHL. We need to switch you. Probably should have switched the other one, but whatever. We need to switch you to US West. Central, East, and West. Illinois Ice. We need a Extraliga. The old Extraliga. We have. Let's see. He'll be the second in Finland, God's country. And then the top 2. Send you to the gulags. Find me the next Michkov, please. Please, please, please. Or even the next Nail Yakupov, because at least I'd have the rookie season to enjoy him before he falls off a cliff. All right, so let's see if this stupid idea works, or if there's no way to utilize the preseason training to your benefit of making your prospects better. Let's see if this dumb idea works. Let's see. I hope it does. Go best lines, whatever. Moki, let me see if the thing's working tonight. Of course. Why is the bot always dead? Hey, there we go. It worked. There you go. There you go. All right, so if we stop sim. Has it adjusted my roster yet? We'd know if Huberto is here. Okay, so no, Huberto had to be here no matter what. So far, it's still good. So again, we are trying to see if you can call up AHLers to the NHL in the preseason and then get the development boost for them and then send them back down. The only thing I didn't double check is if somebody would be on waivers. The good news is the answer is no. We'd be able to send all these guys back down after they get this boost. If this works, it's going to be huge. Again, the difference is this year, we made sure to keep the guys with no movement clauses on the NHL roster. So let's see if this works. Let's see. Did it work? Yes! Okay, it works! Sweet! All right, that's really cool. So that is the best way to handle it then. Make sure you're cap compliant. Make sure your guys with no movement clauses are on the main roster, because otherwise the AI will fix the roster for you, but then you can keep all of your younger prospects on this roster, get them the attribute boosts, and then send them right back down for the guys that you actually want on the roster. Sweet. That is huge for young player development. Big time. Big time. That's awesome. That is awesome. Whew. Okay, so what is our team actually going to be now is the question. We still got Wolf and Knight in goal. So you just do that at the start of the preseason? Yes. I did forget to do one thing. I did forget to set goals for the season, though. Shit. I got so focused on the preseason, I forgot to set up goals for the year. When I got the alert about waivers, that's the time to stop and set up goals for the year. Okay, so I did forget to do that. However, honestly, it's not that big of a deal to miss out on it for 1 year. I don't think we had anybody that was going to compete for the Calder. I don't really think we had anybody that was going to compete for the Calder. You could maybe argue that James Hagens would have gotten enough assists to develop an X factor further. It's the one thing that I missed. But again, I was very focused on seeing if this idea would work, so that's okay. That's okay. Dummy. I don't know if I'd be able to... Am I going to be able to back out? I don't know how far back that save's gonna take me, but let's see. But hey, we know it works now, and that's absolutely huge, especially if you're talking like draft to glory style modes. That extra bit of the player development is monstrous. I do have to miss out on it this year because otherwise we'd be going back to the start of this evening. So no goals for the season this year. Whoops. But hey, we got development in other ways. Oh, hold on. Sim to start of the regular season. We're good. I think. Back on October 5th. I think we're good. I think it stopped where Brustowitz signed. It did. Yes. Okay, we're good. We're good, actually. This is awesome. Okay. So let me double check that this is when we sent down Brustowitz. Yep. Okay, cool. Perfect. So we know this is going to work for the player development. Now let's set up our goals for the season. Perfect. Everything is coming up too, Cows. Dustin Wolf, buddy, dude, this might be your last year here. I don't know. Like, you need to play your way into a big-time contract. That's literally all we can say. Win the Vezina trophy. You win the Vezina, you get the money. Pretty simple. Spencer Knight, you were a pretty good backup last year. Hopefully you'll do the same this year. You are on a sweetheart of a contract, which is awesome. Your goal is to have a 9-10 save percentage. Quick and easy. Which player got the biggest boost? So I will pay more attention to that this time. There were a couple players that went from like 79s to 81s that I saw, though, with the Grivas. So we can keep track of just how big a boost they're getting. Yes, Dustin is crushing it in the preseason. We'll see if that matters long term. In the system, nothing to worry about, especially because our medium elite or our medium backup goalie got dropped. Rasmus Anderson. What is your goal for the season going to be? You're still fine as a two-way. Actually, I just remembered something that we do have to check with one of the goalies. I don't know what the hell your goal for the season should be. Last year, he had 33 assists. He'll probably have more power play time this year. So, X Factor. He can't develop any others right now. Okay. So, stat challenge for the year. 20 goals, 50 assists. Jesus. Plus 30. Ugh. Go for the shot blocking. It's the only one I think he can realistically get. He's also showing up as a top 4 now, which would actually be great for us. Zane Parekh. Again, I would still love for you to change to a two-way. You're certainly not a bad offensive style defenseman. I think he would flourish more if he didn't focus solely on the offensive side. I don't know if he's going to be willing to change. He is not. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. An X Factor goal that we can give you. 40 assists. 40 assists, Zane. Let's see if you can take that next step. Why is Spencer Knight so shit? Ah, man. I don't even like to speculate just because like a lot of it's been like, hey, the player assistance program, all that stuff. But I'm intrigued if he ever reaches the heights that it looked like he could reach. Charlie is listed as a two-way, which is fair. But again, he has such a bad shot. Defensive defenseman would probably be for the best. And because I can't trust him to put up points, we kind of know his goal will be tied to a defensive style. He still wants to be a two-way. Your goal, stay on the NHL roster. I don't even know if he's staying on the team. I might be trading him, in fairness. Kessler, the big enforcer. I'm perfectly fine with him still being an enforcer. I just love that he has this heavy-ass shot. If he could skate better, I'd tell him to be a two-way. Maybe even... Or not a two-way, but maybe a DFD. Kessler, your goal for the season is also to be on the NHL roster by the end of it. Henry Muse is pushing for a third pair spot this year. Listed as an OFD, he'd be better off as a two-way. I don't think he'll be good enough to compete for a Calder nomination or anything like that. So your long-term goal, stay on the NHL roster. They need to fix it so it tells you what the hell that boost is. I actually haven't even gotten clarification of what the boost is. And then Wong, we know is going to get sent down. I don't want him as an OFD, though. If he is willing to go two-way, that would be great. Yeah, you willing to go two-way? No. Okay. That might hurt his long-term viability for the roster. Mackenzie Weegar, 93 overall. Gold ice pack. Any idea when they're going to do the first update? I'm hoping by the beginning of the week. Guys that played in the NCAA, as long as they've played a game in the NHL, they're then added to the PA, which gives the NHL game the license to put them in. So it's all up on them playing a game first. It's the same thing that happens every year when players go from junior to the AHL. There is essentially different licensing. There's different paperwork. So that's why you'll always have people that were in like the W last year go to the AHL and then disappear for a bit. And it's just that there are some kind of ridiculous legal hoops that EA have to jump through sometimes. So guys coming from the NCAA still have to create myself. Unless they've played an AHL game, then yeah, you'd still have to create them. And obviously the AHL season is underway. So there's a decent chance. No, wait, the AHL season's underway. The ECHL season's underway at this point in time. So yeah, you might still have to wait a bit. Mackenzie. 30 goals. 40 assists might be possible for Weegar. I mean, he's going to be on our top pairing this year. So Mr. Hunter Brustowitz, your goal for the year is to not be such a dick. How'd they already get Macklin and Smith? Special paperwork. It's not the first time that it's happened. In very rare instances, they have been able to get players into the game before they play their first game. It's not something they do with everybody or can do with everybody. But for a first overall pick or an example like, hey, the Sharks, a lot of hype around them, they've been able to do it. Doesn't happen with everybody, though. Hopefully that changes soon, though, and maybe they do get some sort of agreement with the NCAA, but wouldn't hold my breath on that. I don't know if it was NIL directly, because they did this a couple years ago. I forget with who. And that was before NIL went through for college athletes. Two-way is perfect for... Dude, Brustowitz is so good. Just quit being such a dick. Just quit being such a dick, Hunter. I want you to be a key piece of this team. PA's got to get their shit together. I think it's just... It's the continued evolution of like what's going on with the NCAA and the way things are changing, right? I mean, especially, too, it's like we're just getting college football games back and stuff like that. So, I mean, and then, yes, as Art just mentioned, you beat me to the punch, there is this whole new thing with the NCAA allowing junior players in and stuff like that. So it's a constantly evolving situation. Will the NHL game be years behind like it typically is in some of these regards? Yeah, probably. Let's be honest. But, all right, Yoni Yermo, we need you to be a defenseman, buddy. If not, there's a good chance you're going to get traded before the season starts. Hate to tell you. The vote's in a month, yeah. So, again, hopefully things change, but you never know. You never know, especially the whole collegiate athletes getting paid and all that stuff. It's changed a lot over the last year, let alone the past decade. Ooh, Jeremy Poirier has taken the step up. OFD is okay. I don't really have a goal for you then. I don't know what the hell to do for Jeremy here. No flow, though. What's going on? How are you? CHL guys getting travel and meals is nothing compared to what football players are getting. Well, let's be honest. I mean, football players were getting some great compensation in the past anyway. They would just get in trouble for it if it was discovered. Or, let's be honest, I mean, it was well known that, hey, oh my God, here's this player driving around in a Lambo or bought his parents a house or whatever. Some people got away with it, and then there was Reggie Bush who didn't get away with it, and it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess. Poirier, OFD. I don't really have any changes for you to make. I have no goals for you to set because I can't guarantee you're going to make the roster. I guess I'll say, hey, stay on the roster because if he's not on the roster, it means we traded him because we've run out of space. So there's a lot to figure out here. Grushnikov is still a DFD, so we're good. Bortuzzo is what he is. And then Henry Brustowitz, you got to be a DFD, buddy. You don't have any hope in hell of being a good two-way. So that's why Saban retired, lost his competitive advantage. No secret, he owned a Mercedes dealership, and every player had one. I didn't say that. I think you said that. But the timing was certainly interesting for Nick Saban to leave Alabama. That's all. Let's see. Right wing side, Mitch Marner. 99 passing already for Mitch. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Mitch, your goal for the year. What is your goal for the year going to be? To win an award? Let's do stat one. Bought season tickets to a new NBA G League team, the Valley Suns. Hey. I've gone to well, they were the main Red Claws, and now they're not the Red Claws anymore. Now they're the main Celtics, but the logo's still a lobster. G League basketball's fun. Mitch, 60 assists for the pass. I mean, you already have 99 passing. We'll do plus 30 for a boost to your defensive awareness, I guess. So couldn't tell those kids what to do anymore. They just leave. Well, I mean, it's funny that you're seeing that in college football now, right? Like the guy from UNLV who's just like, I want to be redshirted for the rest of the year. I'm not going to play. Why? Because money. Like they're gonna make new rules surrounding NIL very fucking quickly because of some of these programs losing some of these guys who all of a sudden are like, wait a minute, I can make more money elsewhere? Fuck UNLV then. I thought I was going to play here just to have a shot. Now it's like, LOL, I can make money. I don't need to be a starter at UNLV. I'm not going pro. I just want the money until I graduate and get my regular job. So that kid's not even good. Exactly. That's the point. He went to UNLV so he could be a starter, and now it's like, well, shit, I'm not going to be good enough to go pro, so I'm not going to make my big money at the pros, but I can make it by transferring to fucking wherever the hell, you know? Oh, goodness. Hubie Doobie Doo. Your goal for the season, 60 assists, fuck it. Launch party, free food, alcohol, I gotta find. Hey, not bad. No flow, it's funny. Like, a lot of minor league sports are still really, really fun to support. If I lived closer to Portland, I'd have season tickets for the Maine Mariners for sure. So it can be a damn good time. We still have Huberdeau as a playmaker, which is fair. His shot's falling off a bit, though. There's starting to be an argument that I'm going to need Jonathan Huberdeau to be more of a two-way, which is very funny. But there is a chance that's what I'm going to need. The issue wasn't UAV, it wasn't paying, and they promised money and didn't give it to him. Was that the issue? I thought it was just more that he was going to be able to get paid where he was. In fairness, maybe I misunderstood the controversy there. But there are other players that are just like, fuck it, I'm going to go over here and make more money. Might not have been the right issue with him. Maybe, admittedly, I misread the UNLV thing. Logan Stewart. Back to what I do know I'm certain about, and that is that Logan Stewart can be a sick fucking sniper for us. He is a depth forward. I don't know if he's going to make the roster yet, but he might. And if he does, the goal would be the Calder. Problem is, I don't know if he's going to be on the NHL roster yet because I might send him down. An assistant coach promised him $150K and he didn't pay. Oh, shit. Okay, so I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that part. I don't blame him for leaving then. You got like 5K. Fuck, I would have left too then. Gradine. I need you to be willing to play the left. You're definitely not going to be in the NHL this year after the developments. Are you willing to play left wing? No, he is not. They promised and didn't give it to him, but yeah, you're right. No, you're fine. I have no problem being corrected there. I misunderstood what the story was based off of like what was originally said, which was just everyone being like, he's going to go get more money. So, no, totally correct me on that one. That's perfectly fine. I don't know if this doing the award challenge, I mean, he won't be able to go for the Calder later, but let's just see. There's a 5 in there. Maybe he misheard. Sharon Gobich. Sharon Gobich. Go off my team. Dude, you got to be a 2-way, please. Please, God, you are not going to be this crazy elite sniper. Please be willing to be a 2-way. Please be willing to try. You suck. Sharon Govich, the bane of my existence. 30 goals then, fuck boy. You think you can be a top-notch sniper? How about you prove it? Matt Coronado, please be a 2-way. Please be a 2-way. Come on now. Who are we fooling here? Don't be a Sharon Gobich. You're a Sharon Gobich. Oh, dude, I can't. I gotta trade both of you. I hate you both. I had so much hopes for the both of you, and you're just breaking my heart. 30 goals then, Maddie. Let's see what you can do. Nestrassel. Power forward. Nah. Grinder would be great. Are you willing to be a grinder? On ice play. Play style. Grinder. Hell yeah, brother. That's how you become a long-time fourth liner for me right there. Koivunen. Kai Koivunen. Power forward's a shout. Is it worth giving the AHLers goal? The ones I'm giving goals to are the ones that I think have a chance at being NHLers. Otherwise, I don't bother because I haven't seen a guarantee that even if they win like the AHL equivalent of the award, that it actually goes through. So mostly I just check player types and positioning for guys that I know will be in the AHL. Koivunen, I don't think he's going to be a top-notch power forward. I mean, maybe because he's 18. Like, the shot could be good. He might want to be a 2-way, though. He'll only be a hoagie, not a grinder. What if I wanted to be a foot-long cold cut combo? Can I change you to a left wing? At the very least, can I change you to a left wing? Nope. Son of a bitch. He's John from Grindr, right? Play style for Koivunen. Are you willing to be a 2-way? Nope. Okay. Well, good talk, Kai. Good talk. Kolzig. We have training up as a sniper. That's totally fair. No notes. Dylan. Have you training up as a sniper? Well, that's fine. Potter. Colin Potter. He's looking like a sick playmaker, dude. He probably will make this team. Probably. Your goal for the season, then. We will set it to win the Calder just in case you do ultimately make this team, which I imagine that he will. Appleby Schmappleby. Listed as a power forward. There is still a chance he could be a good power forward. Only thing I want you to change is to be a right wing instead, please. And no luck on the position changes this year. That is annoying. Should you stay on the team, Mr. Appleby? I'd like you to try to compete for the Calder. Should you make it, which you might not. We'll see. Andrew Basha. There is an argument for sniper. Like, he's a playmaker now. There is an argument for sniper because of the shot power that he has. There is also an argument for two-way. I feel like we already have so many people in the mix for sniper. If I can get him to change to a two-way, it would probably be for the best. Two-way is very risky. Sniper's listed as very risky. Sniper's more likely than two-way, though, because he's a higher rated option as a sniper. Yeah, all right. He's willing to try to be a sniper, which is fine. Two-way, he was at a 2.5 star. Shooting, he's at 3.5, so it was a little bit more likely. Stromgren, who, of course, we have as a grinder, which is perfectly fine. Yeah. Only thing I need you to do is just try to block shots, buddy. Try to improve in that regard. See if you can do that. I'm really digging this new system of just the effort you can put into players here. Pelletier is two-way, no notes. Only thing that we would do is also have you try to block shots. Let's see if you can do that. Suniev, also training up as a two-way, which is fair. I don't think he'll make the team, and even if he does, maybe give him a shot blocking one. Like, there's an argument about playmaker for him, but man, we got plenty of people in that mix, right? Like, we need two ways. So just in case he makes the NHL roster on the fourth line, your goal for the year will be to block shots because you're a two-way and there's no way you're going to win the Calder. Connor Zary right now is very pissed off at me. I really need you to be willing to become a two-way. Please. Or there is a strong chance that you're going to get traded. Very strong chance. Play style, yeah, he's not willing to listen. He wants to be that top 6 playmaking star, and that is just not in the cards for you, buddy. We have tried time and time again. Hasn't happened. Might happen in real life, but it's not happening here. Battaglia, listed as a sniper. If he's willing to change to a two-way, that would be cool, because there's no way. There's no way he's making it as a top-notch sniper. He's not willing to change. Okay. Keep you in the AHL, but not much of a long-term future. And then Parker Bell as a grinder. No notes. Last but not least, the centers. James Hagens. Dude, Hagens is a beast. Again, there is a real argument about him being a two-way as well. But we want him to focus on the offensive side. So your goal for the year, James. X Factor, 60 assists to get third eye. That is the goal. Honzik. There's still a chance of him becoming a top-notch power forward. So your goal for the season, because he's pretty much guaranteed to make the roster, is going to be to win the Calder. And the Calder's huge because you can get that potential improvement. Adam Banak. Looks sick as a playmaker. I don't know if we're going to trade him or if he's going to make our roster. We do need him to switch to a left wing because his face-offs suck. Are you willing to become a left wing? Very convincing either way. You think, are you willing to add left wing? Son of a bitch. That might have decided it for me right there. He's not willing to be a left wing. His face-offs are pretty mid. Could be a good playmaker. We're going to have a lot to decide in terms of who actually makes this team. Especially once the overall improvements come through. Wozniak. I'm not digging power forward. I don't think he's got the shot of the passing. Two-way, though, could be great. Super physical. If he's willing to become a two-way, that would be awesome. On ice play style. He's not willing to listen. Fuck. Are you willing to add right wing? Not willing to add right wing either. It's stuff like this that's going to help decide kind of who stays and who goes. So, in case you do stay, though, compete with so many of your other teammates for the Calder. Grieva number 1, Gustavs, who is the better center. So, Gustavs, I'd love you to be a playmaking center to mirror the Sedins. Fuck. This is what if the Sedins could play defense then, is what this is turning into. Grieva, in case you make it, let's just say stick around on the NHL. God damn it. The Grievas are just causing me grievances. Rehards, are you willing to become a sniper? Now, two-way is definitely a really good role for him, but again, I am literally trying to just have them emulate the Sedins. Hey! Rehards is willing to try to become a sniper. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. I don't know if this will be the year that they make the roster, but it might be. And what a story it would be. We'll see if he can stay on the roster this year. We have Rylan Burns, who is definitely not going to make the team this year. Listed as a two-way, which is perfect. There would be an argument about maybe power forward, but yeah, he's just super well-rounded. Your season goal will be to develop in the AHL, because I'm pretty sure that's what we know we're going to be doing there. So we do have that option. I always forget about that one. I don't think there was anybody else to use it on. Fitzhenry as a sniper. Yeah. He's, let's see, on ice play. Position. Are you willing to develop left wing? No, he is not. So your goal for the season will be to send you down. You're definitely not going to make the NHL. Have you develop there? I don't think there's anybody else that I could have used that on that I didn't. Basha. Objective is to become... All right. Basha might make it, though, at a 79. Gradine. Gradine, I probably should have used it elsewhere. Alex Wong, I can use it. So season goal, long-term, develop you outside the NHL. Hopefully we get a decent boost from that since it's not telling us. And then Nazem Kadri. I don't know what the hell your goal for the year is, man, because you're falling apart. You are falling apart. He is in a steady decline, which is less than ideal. We'll see if he's willing to block shots this year. He's pretty much going to be in the role that Backlund was in previously. Rory Cairns. Playmaker's tough because he's just not going to be that elite level playmaker. He's just not with the competition that's there. Are you willing to try and become a two-way? No. Yeah, Rory might not be around too much longer then. Goal for the season. Uh, 50% of the draws, I guess. I mean, just give him something to work on. But again, I don't imagine he'll be here all year. Trevor Hoskin, as a playmaker, might make the team. He might. Right, I'm good with him being a playmaker as well. Just in case you do make the team, buddy. Long-term goal, award challenge, compete for the Calder in case you make it. Don't skip leg day, not attend practice, right? Lucas Pettersson as a two-way. Perfect. Your goal will be to develop away from the NHL this year. Whoops. Well, it didn't give me the option to send him down, so he's definitely not going to make the NHL roster. And then Luke Misa as a playmaker, totally fair. Your goal will definitely be to develop by being sent down. It's not letting me do that. Well, let's just not give you a goal at all because there's no point. You're not going to make the team. I didn't notice he was in the system. That's why. Okay, so there we go. Now we can sim the rest of the preseason. We know that the roster that we have is about to get the boosts. And then we will be able to call up the guys that are actually going to make the team. Have those boosts already gone through? No, because the Grievous are 79s. So let me write down what these guys currently are, right? And that way we can track just how well they've improved. And then we still have all of the decisions to make about who the hell actually makes this team. We're definitely going to have to trade people. And of course, we don't have to check goalies because they won't be affected by the specific boost that we're targeting. But I want to see just how well these guys improve here. So this is sweet that you can get it to work. This is pretty sweet. And center Hagens might hit a 90 from this, which is amazing. The downside to this is if you have a plan of like who's making your team, this can change that. This can change that. Okay, let's see. How good of improvement do we get from this before we fix the roster? All right, let's see. And of course, now we have our award or our goals for the season done. So in goal, Wolf and Knight, of course. Nothing to change there. Andrianov and Boat Tiger, old Boatiger, as our goalies. Defensively, Perek by 1, Trethway by 2, Kessler by 2, Muse +1. Wong stayed the same, actually. But +2s for Trethway and Kessler. Let's see. Huberdeau +1. Stewart and Gradine. Stewart stays the same. Gradine gets a +1. Potter +1. Appleby stays the same. Basha +1. Hagens +1. Hanzik +1. Banak +2. Wozniak +1. Grieva +1. Burns +2. Fitzhenry stays the same. So a 1 to 2 overall boost for a good amount of them. Some of them stayed the same. Still totally worth it, though. Totally worth it. But, and again, you got to make sure, too, that anybody that you're doing this for doesn't then have to go down through waivers. We have a big problem, and that is we have way too many people for too few spots. Like, it's rough. Also, I like that one of the Grievas is NHL ready and the other isn't. Fitzhenry and Burns are definitely down. But just defensively, Uyghur, Brustowitz, Yermo, all ready to go. We have 8 defensemen. 6 of them want to play in the top 4. Yermo and Muse will be the third pairing. Uyghur and Anderson will be the top pairing. Pairing number 2, well, I'm not so sure. And then Poirier will probably be the healthy scratch. God damn. And then for the forwards, God, we're going to send down the Grievas because one isn't ready. Got to call up Sharon Govich and Coronado for now. Got to call up Stromgren, Pelletier, and Zari. Got to call up Nazem Kadri. Karens could make it. There's a lot to figure out. Holy. Is there a lot to figure out?